Well, it's great to be here, and I love what Neil was saying. You know, people do things for reasons, and when I'm talking to people about homosexuality, I always make the distinction that the act of homosexuality is something that the Bible defines as sin. But there's also, if I repent of that sin and I'm not participating in the action, I still have the feelings. And then what is causing the feelings? And that's kind of the three layers of what we're dealing with when we're dealing with somebody who's struggling with same-sex attraction that drove us to homosexual behavior. I grew up in a family that was kind of like Neil's. I had a distant dad, a very emotionally unavailable father. I remember one Saturday morning, I was about probably 4 or 5 years old, and my dad was on his hands and knees reading the newspaper in the front room, and I just jumped up on his back like any little girl do and just played horsey, just having fun. And I grabbed him around the neck and swung underneath and kissed him really just big old smack on the lips, and he grabbed me off his back and threw me to the ground and said, "Don't ever do that again." And it was the first time that my love had ever been rejected and was being rejected at the hands of my father. And it created a wound in me, you know. I am a sensitive-souled person, and I cry at everything. And so that created a sense of, if you don't want my love, I'm not going to open my heart up to you again. And so I kind of wrote my dad off. And in doing so, what I did was I wrote off my male example, the one that God put into my life to exemplify masculinity in a way that would make it safe for me as a female to enter into a relationship with a man. And so that was kind of written off at a very early age. My mom got into, I'm going to date myself a little bit, she was very much into the women's liberation movement, which is a movement in the mid-'70s that kind of changed society. Women were looking for equal rights, and a lot of good things came out of that, but a lot of bad things came out of that. But her daily diatribe to me from the time I was about, 11 or 12 till the time I was 17 or 18 was, don't trust men, they're no good, go get your own job, go get an education. Men only want one thing, they're not trustworthy, don't trust them, just, go do your own thing. And I hated what she was saying, to tell you the truth. But words, if they're told to you enough, go down deeply. So no matter how much my head was saying, I don't like that, my soul took it in. And so I came into my high school years with same-sex attraction. I didn't like it. I didn't come out. It wasn't popular at the time either. But I didn't like the feelings either. I wanted them to go away, but, I didn't ask for them, just as Neil said. It wasn't something that I asked for. It was just there. And I want to kind of stress that for you guys to understand that there's a difference between my choosing to act on those feelings and having them, So my having them was not a choice. So after high school, I dove into my career. I went into the golf industry, played professionally, ended up coaching, and I got saved at the age of 33. And when I did, I started asking God to take my same-sex attraction feelings away. He didn't. It didn't go away. And I asked for probably about 10 years. And, my goal at that time was, okay, I'm saved, everything's good now, and I really love the Lord. I mean, I was on fire, baptized in the Spirit, on the mission field, lots of short-term mission. I love Jesus, I was just serving him with all my heart. And my goal was to coach at the D1 level, to retire with a nice little retirement, play lots of golf, go on lots of mission trips, and go to heaven. That was my goal. But I fell in love with a woman, and it started as a friendship. It turned sexual, and not to get into too many details because we don't have a lot of time, but one night we were sitting in my car and we were having a very heart-to-heart discussion, and I had always shared the Lord with her because I'm born again, truly. Even though I'm having this struggle, I know the Lord, and but I'm madly in love because I was starving for love at this point. I had gone a long time without experiencing relationship with another human being. So we're talking in my car, and I'm sharing her something that I had read in the Bible that morning or something. She turns to me and she says, "Shut up. Just shut up. I'm so sick of hearing about Jesus. I don't want anything to do with him, and I am not ready And if you don't stop talking about him, you'll never see me again. And when she said that, it was like a deception that I was under. A cloud of deception just broke open, and I realized that I had to choose what I wanted to do here. Do I want to keep going towards the Lord, or do I want to go full-blown into the lifestyle and off with this woman? At the time, I could have married her because it was during the time when people could get married in this state. And so I was counting the cost. I was thinking, eternity with Jesus, moment of pleasure with her. I really did count the cost, and I was willing to go in this direction with her, except that I belong to the Lord, and I just asked him in that moment for help. And he came and got me, and he gave me the strength to do the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, which is walk away from that relationship. And so I chose Jesus, and I've been walking with him ever since, and the Lord started to work a healing. He started to answer that prayer that I had prayed for 10 years about, Lord, take these feelings away. And he showed me that the reason why they had remained is because the feelings weren't the issue, it was things below the feelings that had happened to me as I was growing up. And there were a lot of details in that. Again, we don't have time to go into, but the reality is he started working a healing from the deepest part of my heart up. And my same-sex attraction feelings slowly started to go away. And so I just want to share with you that it's a journey for people. There is hope. Change is possible. Like Neil said, I love what you said. It is a reality because it's rooted in our emotions. Same-sex attraction is rooted in the emotions, and Jesus can heal the emotions. And honestly, even if it was rooted in my biology, he could heal that too. You know what I mean? He could change anything. If he says don't do this, it's sin. He gives us the power not to. So I just want to encourage you guys to, if you're journeying with people that are struggling with this issue, to do just that, journey with them. It might be an up and down thing. They might struggle. But if they keep walking towards the Lord works great healing in people's lives. So, thank you.